What's going on, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to a brand new duel video. I know it's been quite a while, but we've got DDD and Mekk-Knight Invoked coming up for you. But without further ado, I want to talk to you guys real quick about this beautiful playmat you see in the center. Before we were using the Dragon Scale playmat from Imperium Duelist, but this is their latest release. They were kind enough to send me to go ahead and review for you guys. It is the Millennium playmat. Obviously, you can tell by the beautiful Egyptian theme on it, made on their King's Robe material. And honestly, that could not be a better way to describe it, because this cloth feels so silky smooth. Very, very nice design. And it's honestly one of the nicest playmats I think I've ever used. I've used Spellgrounds, regular rubber mats in the past. And this mat, I think, is above and beyond anything I've ever used. It's so nice, and especially for the price point, too. I think it retails for about $60 on their site. Not to mention, you get it 10% off with that code WinterKills10 off if you'd like. Not to mention anything else on their store, 10% off your next purchase. And we're also using the diamond sleeves and dot sleeves in this duel. Diamond sleeves on the main deck for DDD, dots for extra decks of both decks. And I'm using the no effect armor tournament ready sleeves on the right. All fantastic gear, if you will. I highly recommend picking up some of the sleeves if you haven't tried them yet, especially this playmat too. This mat is absolutely stunning, and I'm beyond impressed with it. So just a little bit of information there for you guys. So if you want to pick that mat up, you can go check out the links to Imperium Duelist down in the description and use that code, again, WinterKills10 off if you'd like. But let's go ahead and get into the match here. It looks like he's going to link into Wee Witch, and now going for, looks like perhaps another fusion summon here. Now, I know Gilgamesh got announced, but honestly, I was hyped for Gilgamesh to begin with, but I'm really not anymore, because I've been doing a lot more testing with more non-Gilgamesh plays, more combo-oriented plays as we've played in the past with DDD, and I'm just liking it a lot better now, honestly, without Gilgamesh. This build is a slight Gilgamesh build. I'm still playing it in the extra deck in this video. That's why you see cards like Newton and Kaiser in the main deck. You might see them. I know Newton got banished earlier, but those are just techs for that type of build. But since today I've completely cut all those cards, and the main and extra deck are all a little bit different, because I just don't want to run Gilgamesh anymore. I don't think now is the time to run Gilgamesh. Maybe down the road it'll be better to run Gilgamesh. Who knows? But right now I'm keeping him out of my extra deck, which is unfortunate, because I really wanted that card to be really, really good. But oh well, what are you going to do about it? Summon Sorceress, Wee Witch, and Link Creeper are all just as good, if not better, in my opinion. And they still allow you to go into cards like 38, number 90, Felgrand, and Crystal Wing at the end of the day, which I think is just a little bit better than anything a Gilgamesh board could produce, just based on that really harsh restriction it has. But obviously he does use that Crystal Wing negation first on Blue Sky, which is not a bad call. Because he's sort of, you know, thinking, am I going to have that Purple Nightfall in my hand, which I already did open up with. Again, it's kind of hard to predict what the best thing to negate here would be, because, you know, so many Mekk-Knights could be in my hand at any given time, especially with a card like Red Moon. It's easy to sort of bait out a negation with a card like Purple Nightfall or Blue Sky, and then immediately follow up with the Red Moon in that same zone. But here I quickly go into the Mekk-Knight Morningstar to ditch World Legacy Memory to grab Secrets to set that on my side of the field. Now, I know that's safe, completely safe from number 38, because number 38 only negates spell effects, spell cards, spell effects, whatever it may be, the specific wording on the card. But obviously, World Legacy Secret is a trap card, so we are completely safe from that. Don't have to worry about that getting negated. And here he still has an extra monster zone open from Wee Witch. I couldn't beat over Wee Witch last turn, because it does bring up all dark monsters, obviously, by 500 attack and defense, and increases all light monsters by 400 attack and defense. So that puts my Morningstar down to 1600, and it is putting his number 38 down to 2600, which isn't too big of a deal. 2600 is still a pretty big body as far as he's concerned. Now he's going to use Swirl Slime to summon Thomas, and the Wee Witch are going to upgrade into Decode Talk here for a bit of a bigger body. It's not a terrible move there. Decode is a bit of a bigger body, and if he does end up using number 38 first in the turn, and something does come up where he can use Decode's effect, I know it's not used that often, but he could technically use it after he has exhausted that number 38. And that also leaves him with a, you know, a 23 or 2800 beater. I could have summoned this Red Moon in the zone that Decode Talker was in, and used that effect to destroy Decode Talker. But I just really didn't feel that there was a need to, because I feel like the rest of my, you know, I could have, looking back, I could have. But yeah, we'll see what I end up going with here. I think I have a World Lake Succession set, and I was debating, because you saw me bring that Purple Nightfall back to that same zone that number 38 was in. I was debating whether or not I should go for Succession there. While that trap card is active, obviously, you know, any number 38 effect that activates would get negated, so my Succession would be completely okay to go through if I keep Purple Nightfall there. I don't know why I was in a hurry to get that Purple Nightfall effect to go through, and I'm letting this spell negation sort of get to my head more than I think I should let it. So here I decided to, you know, just kind of get to it and go on. Go right into Unicorn with Morningstar and the other Mekk-Knight I had, because that Morningstar is not getting over anything on this field, and I need to start getting over things. So he could have negated the Unicorn effect, but honestly, he's going to lose the number 38 either way, so it's not that big of a deal. And now that I'm completely safe from number 38, I go ahead and activate that World Lake Succession, bring back that Purple Nightfall, and swing in for 2400 damage, dropping him down to 56. And he goes ahead and draws for turn here. And obviously, DDD is one of those decks that is very dependent on resources, and to open up a very good hand of like number 38, Siegfried, Crystal Wing, and Decode, or any Link 3, it's really tough on your resources turn 1. It pretty much goes through everything, leaving you with almost no cards in hand. So if a deck is able to break through that, you're pretty much better hope you draw a Soul Charge for turn, or else you're kind of shit out of luck. That's the one unfortunate downside about the DDDs right now, and obviously Gilgamesh does not do anything to fix that. Gilgamesh just gets you Pendulum Scales, which forces you to have to play a completely different pendulum-oriented pure build, which is subpar in my opinion, although my friend Saturn, Adam, that's his real name obviously, but Saturn, you've seen him in Twitch chat probably, or in the comments section now and then. He's the guy who actually recorded that top 32 deck profile for me. He is really in love with that Pendulum build. I want to like a Pendulum build with Gilgamesh, and hopefully he brings some findings to me. And maybe I should listen to him a little more, but I right now feel like it's kind of better to play the same old song and dance with a little bit of newer cards like Vice Typhon and the new Genghis card that we have, because I feel like that is perfectly viable to play with those cards. I love the new High King Genghis, and I've never used Vice Typhon before, but DD Vice Typhon, I just picked up a couple copies because I want to play it now. I have some proxies made in this video that you're watching, because I literally ordered them the night this video was made, because I realized I didn't have any, and it came out in Code of the Duelist, which I never bought any of that set, so I had to pick up a play set, but luckily it was really, really cheap. And I'll be once I have everything complete, I'll be doing a deck profile for you guys, as well as some combos to show you guys what this build is capable of. Playing TCG legal builds, not worrying about Gilgamesh at all. I was going to make a Gilgamesh profile, but I'm not happy with playing it right now, and I wouldn't be happy with uploading a profile. So, but again, if my friend Adam, he hooks me up, he finds some findings. I've had some sort of success and non-success of my own with the Gilgamesh build, and I don't know. It's just going to take a lot of convincing for me to get there. So, anyways, going for a pretty good combo here with DDD. Sorry to go off on that little tangent there, but has Ragnarok on field with the Alexander and Link Karibo here, which can actually go into a pretty decent combo here. So I know the camera did cut there. I do apologize for that. He did end up linking away the Link Karibo and the Ragnarok for Wee Witch, and now using Necro Slime and Thomas Engrave to go ahead and bring out the D-Arc. That will trigger, obviously, Gale to bring back Lamia. Lamia and Gale going into Crystal Wing, and then Lamia using its own effect to send that contract to the grave to synchro with the Arc and form, obviously, Curse King Siegfried, ending with a monster negation and a spell trap negation. The only thing he should have done is gone into a number 38 with those two. Just kidding. But you see, as I opened up really bad, I think this is literally the worst hand I've ever opened with Mekk-Knight Invoked. 3 invocation, 2 brilliant fusion, and 1 instant fusion against Siegfried Crystal Wing. That hand would have been playable under any other circumstance. I could have ended with a Mekk-Knight, perhaps. Literally, that's it. A Mekk-Knight. I could have ended with a Mekk-Knight. That was it with that hand. Which is obviously not going to get me anywhere. He goes ahead and gets his turn started here. Fortunately, he did not open up too well here. He was able to open up pretty consistent both games 1 and 2 with the Crystal Wing or number 38 or Crystal Wing Siegfried. And he's going to go ahead and Kepler for contract. He does have Call by the Grave for my Ash Blossom, which is pretty good. And he goes ahead and fusions that Swirl and Necro Slime here for Diark, and then sends contract for Lamia. I was trying to think if there was any other way he could have made this play a little bit better, perhaps by like trying to go for a Summon Sorcerer's play here, but I don't think he had enough resources in hand in order to really make that Summon Sorcerer's play work. I believe you need a card like Copernicus in hand, or Ragnarok, at least one other extender. He didn't open up too many other extenders in his hand other than just obviously the basic Swirl Slime and Lamia, and you know, the contract play, which is nice. And then here he just kind of decides to keep it pretty simple and go for the Siegfried Linkuriboh. Not the best ending, but better than Sharp Stick in the Eye, if you will. Better than just Decode or Wee Witch Pass, or Decode Diark Pass, or Wee Witch Pass and Diark. You know, luckily I was able to help my brother learn some combos over the past few days, because he's actually the person that inspired me to play DDD in the first place. He was playing the deck before it came out, before it even came out in the TCG, and he's slowly getting back into it, learning some of the new plays. He doesn't like Gilgamesh either, in his opinion, but yeah, he's slowly getting back into learning DDDs. So bear with him. He's not making the god tier plays that all of you intellectually ascended DDD players out there probably could be making. I know. We'll get through it together, though. We'll get through it together. So the blue sky comes down. Obviously, he doesn't have any Crystal Wing on board or anything. I was going to add Purple Nightfall and Indigo, but he does have Ghost Ogre, which I do believe completely stops Blue Sky's effect. As you see, I'm reading the card here to sort of double check, make sure there's not any like blaring obvious points in the text that I'm missing. But I do believe, since that it's no longer in a column because it's being destroyed by Ghost Ogre, the effect doesn't resolve because there's no cards. You know, when the card goes to check for how many cards are in the column, obviously it would be Chainlink 2 Ghost Ogre, Chainlink 1 Blue Sky. The effect does not go through. At least that's how we ruled it anyways there. Regardless, it doesn't make a huge difference. In fact, I'm still able to pull off a really, really good play here. As you can see, I'm able to go into basically a one-card Alistair via Hornet Drones. I can see 100% why he didn't negate the Hornet Drones, because it really doesn't bring me to a huge threatening field. It's just going to get me Alistair. The card he really wants to worry about negating is a card like Invocation. As you see, he's still waiting for that negation to go through here. Or actually, no, I think I had double. Yeah, I had double Invocation in hand to start. And I actually go ahead with this extra normal summon from Seraphonite, adding back that Alistair with its own effect. Normal summoning again. Getting a third Invocation, playing that. Or not yet playing it, but going into the trusty steed, Boral Sword Dragon. Don't forget it. Activating this third Invocation. And gonna go ahead and summon out a Purgatrio by banishing Alistair and Kagari from my graveyard. Purgatrio with Mekk-Knight with Boral Sword, going against a Linkuriboh that I can negate, because Linkuriboh activates on attack declaration, not on damage 7. I do have a monster in hand to pitch for that negation. And that pretty much wraps up that game. Mekk-Knight Invoked taking the match 2-1. Obviously, DDD's getting there. DDD's a little potent when the combos can be consistent, but obviously it's not. No deck is 100% consistent, and DDD is no exception. Obviously, with being having consistency issues, no matter what type of draw power you're playing, whether it be Desires, Lure, Trade-In, what have you. There will always be that consistency issue, but at least every game ending with one negation or more. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Again, if you want to pick up that playmat for yourself, the Millennium playmat, you can go ahead and check it out in the description below. Head over to their website under mats. It should be there. Their latest release. You can get it with 10% off. Use that code WinnerKills10 off if you like. It helps support me a little bit and helps you guys save a little bit of money in the process, which is obviously a win-win for everybody. So hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, leave a like. Much appreciated. Go ahead and if you want to join the Discord, you can. There's a link to that in the description below, and also obviously been streaming 5 days a week on Twitch, having a lot of fun with that. And if you want to follow me on Twitch and catch me with a live stream, come hang out with me on Twitch. I love seeing new faces in the chat. You go and check out that link in the description as well. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hopefully I'll see you in the chat. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, Winner Killed, signing out. We'll see you in the next one.